Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I don't want to lose her. Well, this particular video is going to be all about fear of loss. I would say as far as what causes men to fuck up their relationships or to blow their chances with a really good chick that they got an awesome chance with, is their fear of losing her. Their fear, an irrational fear that they're not good enough, that she's not going to love them, that she's going to blow them off just like all the others did in the past, whatever it happens to be. And I remember, I've got an email here. This guy, apparently, he's writing me about his high school girlfriend that they dated when they were like 16, 17 years old. And then apparently he went off to college. He broke up with her when he went off to college. And then after he came back, a few years later, runs into her. And they've been going out for like the past 2 months. But he's just like, he doesn't know where the hell he stands with her. And that's a problem. It's like they can't tell. And I remember like this, not only did I deal with this when I was in high school, but even in like my early 20s, I just had absolutely no idea. I didn't know when to set a date. I didn't know when to go out on a date. Didn't know when to go for the kiss. I mean, there was just like so many things. I just had no idea. And I was clueless about it. And especially like when you don't know what to look for, it is really disconcerting. And this particular guy, he's worried. He's like, how do I get her to pay only attention to me and forget about other guys that are out there? So let's just go ahead and jump right into his email here. So he says, "Hi Corey, I have a problem with a girl that I really like. Actually, I love her." You got to cut that "I love you" shit out right away. I mean, even though you dated in high school in the past, you hadn't seen her in years, and then like you just started going out with her and you're just spilling your guts and your feelings to her, and you're basically acting like a woman, and the one thing you're not paying attention to is what she says. And she says, I'm going to get to that in a second, but he says, "We dated in high school when we were 16 for a year and a half. I broke up with her because I was going overseas to pursue my studies. I came back this year and somehow we met. There are no accidents as far as I'm concerned. I mean, every person that you meet in life, they're there, they have a gift for you, and you have a gift for them. Now, the key is to not get attached to them being in your life or showing up in your life in a certain way. Because, I mean, bottom line is some people are going to come in your life, and they're going to be there for a very short period of time, and there's other people that are going to come in, they're going to maybe be there for years. And there's going to be other people that are here for a few years now, and then a decade from now you run into them, and they're there for a few months or whatever, and then they just disappear for another decade. And that's just the way it is. And the key is to not get attached to them being there, but just focus on showing up as the best version of who you are. And as long as they're with you and around you, appreciate them, celebrate them, be grateful that they're there. But if they move on and the doors start closing, then you got to let them go. Now, I read in Eastern traditions, they talk about law of attraction and having things come to you. And basically, you just can't, if you want to own something, in order to have what it is that you want in life or to have somebody freely give you their heart, you really have to get to a place where you can let them go and completely do without them. Meaning you show up and you put your best foot forward, and sometimes that's just not going to be good enough for them to want to stick around. And if you get attached to things being the way they were or the way you wanted them to be, but they're not now, you're going to suffer tremendously for it. So he says, "It's been close to 2 months now, and the problem is that the second time that I met her, I told her that I loved her, and she said, 'Thank you.' And basically she's saying, 'Whoa, you better slow your roll, dude. This is like the only second time we've been out, and I haven't seen you for years, so, I may fall in love with you in the future, but we're never going to get there if you don't stop talking about your feelings.'" Because another thing, there's a scientific study that's been done, and I got a link on the article. It was done a couple years ago. And it proved that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And so if you're just starting to date, it doesn't matter what, the fact that you dated a year and a half in high school. This is years later, dude. And so, I mean, she's different, you're different. I mean, you were still in high school then. You were kids, basically. And so what happened then has absolutely no bearing on the future. And so when you're talking about all your feelings, like in your mind, you're probably thinking you just pick up where you left off. In her mind, her emotions aren't there. She's probably dated other guys. I mean, who knows what, has been going on since the last time she saw you. So he says, I feel dumb, and I know it's the wrong thing to say, but that's how I feel. And I would say stop talking about your feelings, because and the thing is she just said thank you. And you're going, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's going to mean nothing to her, number one, and it's going to cause her to make you feel like you're needy and weak. We've been going out a few times, once per week, and we were holding hands, and basically we were like a couple in public. And what I'd want to know is, have you ever kissed her at some point? Because when you go out on a first date, what I teach is, like, at the end of the day, you need to go for the kiss. And if she turns her head and you get her cheek, then you know that she's not into you other than friendship ways. And then you know never to call her again. But here you are, that's one thing. You're going out with her all this time, 2 months now, and you're holding hands and stuff, but it's like, have you ever kissed her or anything? And so that'd be one reason why you don't know where you stand with her. And the other thing is now that you guys are older, you're both adults, obviously, at this point, and she's a woman now and you're a man, and she's obviously, women tend to be several years ahead of guys as far as their development when it comes to relationships. And if you keep going out with her and just hold hands, but you never kiss or never make a move or anything on her, then she's going to think that you're a weak-ass bitch, basically, and she'll make you her male girlfriend, maybe even let you come to her wedding someday when she marries some other guy. But you got to go for the kiss, because, you just really don't know where you stand with her until you go for the kiss. She says, the thing is, I don't know how she feels about me and whether she likes me. She did say that before, that I'm the only one in her heart and that she loves me. And I would say to that, it's like, so what? That was in the past. What you got to understand about a woman is when she tells you how she feels about you or she discusses her feelings, she's only talking about how she feels in that particular moment. And if that was 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever it happens to be, it just simply doesn't apply. The only thing that matters is what you're doing today. And so she could really like you today, but tomorrow or next week you could do a lot of douchebaggery kind of things and totally lower her interest in you. And then she doesn't think anything of you anymore, and she totally loses her romantic feelings for you. So you got to pay attention to those things, because it's always going to fluctuate based upon what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And so what this tells me is that, he says, right now I'm totally confused and insecure because I don't want to lose her to other guys. And that, you just simply have no idea where you're at, and more than likely, maybe you kind of got a feeling that you are going to lose her to another guy because you don't know what to do next. You're just hanging out all the time, holding hands occasionally, but not kissing, and eventually she's just going to think this guy doesn't get it, or he's not grown up enough yet, and she's just going to end up choosing another dude. And so my recommendation to you is, in order to stop being clueless, is you need to download and read my book. If you're watching this on YouTube, right on my channel page, there's a link to my Amazon, and if you're watching this on my website, you can click right on the article and it'll take you right down. It's only 99 cents. So read it, and that will really open your eyes to what's really been going on and pull the veil of secrecy and confusion back for you. But you got to get the knowledge first, because you keep doing what you're doing. She's just going to reject you, put you in friend zone, say, I just don't feel the same way, and I'm not looking for a relationship right now, and I'm not good for you. You should date other girls. That's the kind of shit she'll start saying to you if you don't get your ass squared away, read my book, and start applying what's in there. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen. If you're watching this video on my website, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 short paragraphs maximum, detailing your situation, your questions, your challenges, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a boatload of emails from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, and I obviously got to focus on theirs first, but be patient and I will get back to you. And if you need my help with something, the quickest way for me to help you with a challenge or a situation you're in is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to any page on my website, click the Products tab, which is at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you next time.